Hi, this is LineDotArrow from the Netherlands, and today I'm here with a starting off the kickoff of a new project that I'm going to do, and it is making a Mother's Day mini journal using this kit. Okay, to start off making the cover of this mini journal, you will need some thicker cardstock. I only have these pieces, so I'm gonna put them together. Then you have the front cover and the inside cover of the journal, and I also printed this, like I already said, on some more sturdier paper. I think it's 200 grams, but I'm not sure because I lost a package of this. And a large, I'm not sure how you call this in the US or other countries, but this is an envelope where you can put in an A4 page. To score, I'm not sure if you can see, there is it's not really a line, but you can see some sort of line over here and over here. I marked where this line is on both the inside and the outside cover, because that's where you have to score. So you first cut out the pages. This one I do have to cut. Take the score marks, and then you're going to add it over here and repeat the scoring and all stuff. So I'm also going to cut out this one. Okay, to make the booklet, the mini journal, you cut out the pages, and I use an A4 size cardstock envelope. I glue the flap closed with the self-adhesive strip. And the next thing I want to do is score. I already did this, but I'm going to show you how you do it. Score the pages on top of each other and score the first line and score the second line. And you're going to fold it, burnish it with your bone folder on both the sides. So this is going to be the inside and this is going to be the outside. And you can glue it together like this, but then it's very flimsy. So that's why I want to use an envelope. And what I'm going to do is glue down the front cover on the envelope. I'm going to line it up as close as I can to the edge. Not sticking out. So now I know what part I can cut off. So I'm going to cut off this side of the envelope. First I'm going to cut it at the bottom. And now of course the envelope is open. And what I do is cut this size open too, but not all the way, just enough so I can flap it open, because I want to make a spine over here on this side, at the back side. And if I'm cutting it loose completely, I lost the measurements where it should be glued down. So, and to make the spine, I don't have a lot of cardstock. I have this, and I put them together and make them to size. And you need this as a size. So this piece, you have to make a spine. And to be able to make a spine, I'm going to tape these two together. I'm using medical tape because it holds very well, and well, it's the only thing I could find in the past when I needed to make a spine reinforcement. So yeah, that's what I've been using all the time in all my journals. And I have this cardstock. I have a lot of these strips, so I'm using up what I have. And I don't think I also do it this way. And if you use this tape, you must be sure that you don't make it too bulky and to add thicker pieces over here, and then your spine is going to be curved, and that's not what you want. Now I have to figure out how I'm going to measure this. I think I'm going to line it up like this. Oh, the tip is breaking. Somewhere around here, and this is somewhere around here. First going to cut out the bottom half. Okay, going to fit. Yes, this will work. And I'm using another kind of glue to do this, not the stick glue, because it won't hold the spine. And now I'm going to glue the envelope closed again. And I'm gluing from this side to the other side, otherwise it won't fit. And when I glue it, I flip over because then there's room to bend. Otherwise you glue it down too tight. Oh, I have to bend it the other way, sorry. This is how the book is folding. So. And if you did it right, you should end up having sticky out part. But we can cut this off a little bit later, so that's no problem. I'm first going to bend this and make it thick and make sure the glue is everywhere. And I'm thinking about sewing around this cover. I'm not sure if I'm going to sew around it now and only sew around this part and this gluing this in, or glue this part into and sew all the layers. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if my sewing machine will go through all the layers. I do think so, but I'm not sure. And if you think, well, it's too flimsy for me, you can also add a piece of cardstock on the this side and on this side before you glue on the inside cover. It's a possibility too, and I'm thinking about doing that because I think when I glue in this part, it's not a very sturdy journal. No. So I'm going to make it more sturdy by adding some papers, but I'm only going to add them on this side, not on the spine, because otherwise the folding is going to be compromised, and then you won't have a good journal. So I will cut down my papers to size. Okay, I cut down 2 of the oh, there's Mr. Supervisor. Off you go. No, sweetheart. No. Off you go. He's still on the desk. I think you can hear him, but I cut down 2 sizes of the cardstock paper and I glued in one part already. I'm going to glue in this part and then cut it to size. He's bumping the camera. I'm going to put outside again now. Okay, put Mr. Supervisor outside the door. Going to glue in this part. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's making noise outside the door and asking that he wants to come in. Well, not asking, demanding he wants to come in. But he's all over my desk, so I can't film with him when he's around me. It's impossible to film or craft. And I didn't glue very well over here, and I do going to stitch over it, so I'm not going to glue everything exactly together, but if you're not stitching, you have to be sure you glue all the pieces together, and maybe don't use a glue stick, but use something like the taggy glue, or maybe the fiber tag you all use, or the cosmic shimmer. So now you should have this, and now we have to put in the inside paper. Make sure you don't put it like this. Well, it can be done like this, but then the script is in the other direction. So and I'm first going to glue down one side and then the other side. So I'm going to ink around the edges so you can see better how it looks. I do have to sew around it, of course. So this is what you should have now. A little booklet. It's pretty sturdy. And when it's dry, I know it's even more sturdy. And when it closes, you should have both the sides be equally sized. And you check this on this side a little bit too, on the other side too. And well, then you're good to go. You can start making the inserts, but first I want to sew around the edge, and I'm going to do that on my sewing machine. I'm not going to film that, but when I've sewn around it, I will be back. Okay, I did sew around the edges of the book cover. I do have to say my needle is not so good. I just bought one at the supermarket because I can't buy another one at the store because they are closed because of the lockdown. And well, it's not the best stitching I ever did, but I inked up the stitching a little bit to hide all the white of the needle. The next thing I did was I cut down the pages to size and I backed them with coffee dyed paper, and I collected a few other pages and did do what I did with this page with all the other pages. And I have to make an insert now. The pages of the book are a little bit more wide than the actual book is. You can see it sticks out. But yes, I'm going to cut down this booklet, and then I'm going to add it to this book cover. Okay, to cut down the pages, I have my roller blade cutter. I clip down the inserts. I'm going to show you what I did. I search for the middle and then make sure all the papers line up at the bottom. Clip it down. And I'm not doing a good job at the moment because yes, this is better. I want to clip it down. And for this I do have to stand up, otherwise I'm not strong enough to cut it. But sorry, I forgot to measure, because I do need to cut off quite a bit of the pages. Oh, I think it's finished. Okay. I got somewhere around here. Oh, this one doesn't work, of course. Yeah. So I cut down the pages. I did it off camera because I was bumping the camera all the time when I was rolling the blade. So I don't have a tutorial on how to make an insert exactly, but if you want to make one, there are a lot of tutorials out there that show you how you can make one. So yes, and the next thing I want to do, I do want to sew around the pages, but I'm going to do that off camera. But the next thing I want to do is add the binding. For the binding, I'm going to punch 2 holes. And I do want to measure them, of course. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to take a strip of paper so you make a strip that fits or between the brown lines or exactly from the left to the right. I made it to fit between the brown lines. And the only thing you have to do is fold it in half. Oh, I do have to measure the length. Sorry, I forgot. So, cut off this piece too. But if you fold it in half, you have the middle. And if you fold it in half like this, and you punch a hole on the middle line, I'm going to mark the middle line, otherwise I can't see it. And then you punch it as high as you can, like this. And what I do want to check is, does it need to be a little bit higher? Yes, it does has to be a little bit high, because when I make an elastic over here, it's going to pull the pages down. So what I will do, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to make one here. I'm just moving this as low as I can. I'm going to make one here. Maybe take this one a little bit higher. Yeah. And punch a hole over here. Then I'm going to put in 2 eyelets. Yes, it works. So now I'm going to take some elastic and make the binding, and then I will be able to sew around the papers and put the pages in. Okay, I have some elastic, but it's the thicker kind. I don't like it, but I don't have anything else at the moment. And I can do 2 things. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. Normally I have a little bit more thinner elastic. But I'm going to try and figure out what we will do. We can go in like this. But I don't like this. So I'm going to look in my stash for a smaller elastic. I did find some thinner elastic. It's pink. So search for something to put on the spine to make it a little bit more embellished before I tie the knot. I've did this on the pink journal I made for Lisette. Then I made it a faux binding. In this case it's a real binding. And I'm going to use smaller buttons to put on the cover, and I'm not going to add bead this time, so only buttons. So, and what I mean is you place this one up here, place this one here, this one over here. So you get something like this. Maybe this should be a little bit more tightened, but I will see. I will check. I'm going to check if they will go in very easy like this. I'm also thinking about putting something on the outside. No, I'm going to leave it like this. Yes, this will work. Oh, I do love this. So happy that I still had a little piece of elastic in pink. Okay, what I'm going to do is sew the pages off camera. I sew around the pages, and I'm also going to add some laces and trims pieces. This is the first part, and I'm going to list this kit in my Etsy store, and it's called the Mother's Day mini journal, and it has the template to make this book cover and the inside, and it has the pages. But yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a few things off camera, and then I will be back in the second part. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Maybe you want to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I upload new videos. And thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay creative, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.